wildest
drug I ever tried? Oh, drugs. Okay, I'm a pastor's daughter, so.
I'm smiling.
What's the wildest drug that I ever tried?
Oh, in high school, I got expelled for trying Xanax, and Xanax was my first drug. Like, I hadn't smoked weed, I hadn't done nothing. I was a goody two-shoes. The only reason I tried it is because my best friends would come to school and be like, man, I feel so good. I'm like, wow, what'd you do? Like, I'm on Xanax. I'm like, really? You look so normal. They're like, yeah, you could be normal too and feel good. I was like, bet. No one told me you could break it in 4 pieces, by the way. So anyway, me being 4'10", I took all 4 little bits of that. And I don't remember much, but I know that I ended up getting expelled and almost going to police station because apparently you're not supposed to do that at school or at all, especially in Houston where they're not so cool. And yeah, I didn't think I was that noticeable until they told me that I like fell downstairs and stuff, so probably not gonna do that again.
Ooh, I'm gonna admit it on camera. The wildest drug I ever tried was I smoked Sherm, PCP formaldehyde. I did the shit about 2, maybe 3 times in my entire life. The last time I did it, I just didn't like the way it felt. I got a cousin, man, named Eastin, and he passed away, but I heard when I was young, I always heard a story about, he had taken some drugs and took a bad trip and he never was the same. And on that 3rd time I had tried it, it was like, yo, that's all I could think about. And it was crazy, it was wild to me because I was high and I knew I was high. I knew I was high, and the only way I can describe it was like, if you remember that movie Men in Black, when that the little alien was controlling the man from the side of the head. You remember what I'm talking about? That's what I felt like. I felt like the little alien in a big body, and like, god damn, my hand looked like so far away. The ground was so far from me, nigga. And I'm sitting there drinking the shit out some milk, like, yo, when I finish this, when I come down, I'll never do it again. Go, Lord, please, I'll never do it again. And I never did. I did try goddamn ecstasy, though. I tried that ecstasy and ate pussy for 4 hours. And needless to say, I never did that shit again. Not because I didn't enjoy it, but the bitch didn't deserve that much pleasure.
The wildest drug I ever tried was shrooms, bro. Because it really just connected me to the truth about everything, bro. Like, all of this shit is pointless, my nigga. It's all bullshit. Everything surface level is bullshit. You always dig deeper. When I was on shrooms, I around, I up and watched a Meek Mill movie. A Meek Mill movie. It was on Netflix or some shit back in the day, but when he had the fuzzy braids, I just was like, Hollywood don't want Meek to make it because they won't hire a real hairdresser for this movie. They had all these barbers on set because it was shot in Philly. Everybody else's lineup is perfect, crispy, pow. And I'm like, I knew then they had a hex on that man. The shrooms taught me that they been had it out for Meek Mill. This was before he caught the L to Drake, all of that. I was like, they don't like this man.
So, pretty recently, a few months ago, before lockdown, I went to a barbecue. Yes, I am the white guy that gets invited to the barbecue. So, there's this guy at the barbecue, and he had a little vape pen. I'm like, what is that, weed? I like weed sometimes at a barbecue. He said, no, it's DMT. And I was like, oh, cool, let me vape the DMT, I guess. Joe Rogan talks about it. So I vaped the DMT, and I met God. I'm not trying to meet God at a barbecue.
So you hit it and passed out, or what?
Well, you kind of time travel, and you see like elves and like everything turns into geometric shapes, and yeah, I mean, like you like meet your ancestors and your future children. It's not okay. And then you realize that the universe is actually a giant brain, and all of the human connections are actually neurons forming. Not a big deal.
I'm not a big drug dude. I did, however, take my first edible brownie at Disneyland, and I thought it didn't hit me until I was walking outside and I was on Main Street, and And I remember looking up at the sky and being like, man, wow, Disneyland is crazy. They really made the ceiling look like the stars in the sky right now. Like, how are these clouds looking like real clouds? And I remember thinking, man, they even set the AC to make it feel like it's a cold night. And then I snapped out of it like, okay, it's time to go. That's the edible.
You were outside, actually?
I was actually outside.
Okay, the wildest drug I ever tried was not by choice. I was on a date, and this fool put ecstasy in my drink. And because I don't do drugs, I'm an alcoholic. So I don't need anything more. But because I've been an alcoholic since the 7th grade, I knew what was happening once I had the drink. Because it takes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 drinks. Men hate having to buy me drinks, so we going to be here for a while. One drink, and I'm sitting there going, I'm starting to feel warm, tingly. I've heard the effects of what ecstasy does. And I was like, did you just drug me? He's like, no, why would I do that? But then I realized all the waitresses was coming to the table, and he had went up to go get ours. So I was like, yo, you need to take me home. And I'll never forget it. He had a sunroof. The stars was coming in. He had the warmer on the seat. I felt like I wanted to do it to him, but I knew it was just the drugs. And I don't know if you got clearance, but the song for Hey, Let's Get Away, that was playing. And every bump we hit, I wanted to have sex. I was like, oh, this is bomb. This shit is cracking. So when I got to the house, then I enjoyed it. I was like, oh, I was touching all on myself. I was like, oh my God, I see why. I'm never going to do it again, but I see why people do it. Once I was out of danger, I enjoyed it. And I was like, okay, I see why y'all be messing with this. It make you just want to do it and touch and feel happy and tingly. And oh my God, I'm at a big ass sandwich afterwards too. So, I mean, I had everything on that sandwich. Subway ain't got shit on me.
The wildest drug I ever tried is probably something that was prescribed to me because anything else is illegal. Right? And I don't do illegal drugs. In a world where I did do illegal drugs, I don't know, maybe this Ron who does illegal drugs, not me, probably did Molly. I don't know, not me though. But I'm just like imagining Molly probably was like the best feeling in the world from what I would imagine, you know. I wouldn't advise anybody to do it because it's a drug, but it probably felt like a full body orgasm for like a straight solid hour, and then you understood happiness that you didn't even know was feasible, and you felt it absolutely for more time than you knew your body could withstand, and you understood love and just feeling, and you tried to have sex but you couldn't get your dick up, but it didn't matter because just the very act of trying to do it was orgasmic, and you loved it, and music sounded like it was doing the f***ing Chris Brown in that bitch. But I ain't never done that stuff because it's illegal, and I don't do illegal drugs because it's illegal.
Not falling for this shit. I have a career to make. What's the wildest drug I've ever tried? First of all, I already told you I have a snitching problem, and you have multiple cameras on me. The wildest drug I've ever tried, officer, is whiskey.
What's going on, guys? Thank you so much for watching All Def. Make sure you like and share this video and hit that bell button. Ring the bell. You're going to get notifications every time we drop new content. We got some heat coming out. Later.